All right, so butterflying chicken makes it a lot faster to cook a chicken, cooks it more even. Pretty simple thing to do. All you gotta do is basically turn the whole bird over and you cut out the backbone from the center. So I literally got a nice pair of shears. You could use this or a really sharp knife and you just cut right through both sides, get rid of it. Boom, gone. Next step, open it up. You flip it over, you're gonna have something like this. This is what you wanna see. So the cool thing is, now once you actually cook this, it's gonna cook evenly and nice and flat. You see that? Butterfly. So the plan is, I wanted to make a tandoori chicken. It's basically a nice marinade of spices. It's really flavorful, strong, it's red, it's really good. All right, so here's the chicken. Just washed it clean. And what I'm gonna be using is this simple tandoori marinade. You can buy it from any Indian store. Usually use it when you grill stuff, but anytime you go to the restaurants and you get that grilled red chicken, it's tandoori. And they cook it in a specific way in a tandoor grill. So what I'm gonna basically do is just marinate and spread it all around on this little chicken and just rub it in a little bit and get it all nice and saturated. It's a really strong marinade, I guess you could say. So it's really flavorful. So that's why I wanted to try this. And I've actually never seen anybody butterfly it and do this. And this marinade is good enough that you can put it on whole chicken and the flavor will like soak through. So I figured it was a nice way to try a new recipe because we could see, because apparently when you butterfly a chicken like this, it cooks faster and it's more even because you can put it flat down. And tandoor is pretty strong, so between the two combinations, I figured it would be really cool to see how it come out. It's probably gonna be really good, but yeah. So I got the top half. You wanna flip it over and get the other side. I'm probably gonna do that in a second. Yep, so here's the other side. You don't need to add salt, pepper, any of that stuff because this has all the stuff that you need already. And I'm just gonna put a little bit more. The more the better, you can't really go wrong. But it's kind of exciting because it's gonna cook both sides evenly. And usually for birds, like whole birds, is really annoying because it takes more time to cook the whole thing. And this way, we can just get the whole thing cooked nice and even. And it looks really good. But yeah, as you can see, this is like really red. It's really strong. And we got this side now, so I think we're pretty much set here. This is kind of a smaller bird, so I don't have to go too crazy. But yeah, it's pretty much good. So I'll show you what happens in the next shot. So also what you can do is just check under the wings and all the little crevices, make sure everything's nice and marinated. And what you can do is actually put this in the fridge. If you do it overnight, it'll be great because you're gonna get a lot more flavor. But at least like an hour or two, just so it can seep in. And it'll get all the flavors nice and right. But when you're done, yeah, you should have something like this. Just make sure everything is good. Yeah, yes, we're good, good. All right, so the next thing I do is I melt some butter real quick and just pour some on there and get it on both sides. And then after that, you're gonna want to cut a couple of cubes of butter and just stick it under the skin, like under the leg, under the wing, like under the crevices, so it'll get nice and moist once it starts cooking. Flip it over, get the other side, get some butter like so. And just want to spread it around, marinate, get it all up in there. And you should be good. And then after that, what I like to do is add some butter in the crevices, like I said, before we put it on that pan. Then you're gonna want to drizzle it with a little bit of oil right before we put it on, but I'll show you that too. All right, so get your pan, put a little aluminum foil or whatever you're using. In this case, I'm gonna use some foil. What you could do is butter this or put some oil. I'm putting some olive oil, just preference. Just drizzle it a little. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, just make sure it's covered completely. Get it all around. And we'll be ready for our chicken. Should be set on this. And what you're also going to want to do is set your oven to 425. All right, so I got my chicken on there. I'm just putting the last of the marinade in all the little spaces. And after that, what I'm going to want to do is get some butter and just stick it in the crevices. And that way the meat will come out more juicy. I just cut a couple of pieces. You don't have to go too crazy because we already put some butter there. A little piece, stick it in there, and that will get that centerpiece right there. And you just want to go around, get one right there, get one right there, and get some around there. Like the little corners, you know, that way you get more flavor. Let's see if we got any spots. And we're pretty much good at this point. Everything is pretty much covered. You got your butter everywhere, so it's gonna be good to go in the oven. Some people like to tuck the wings under. If you want, you could do that. To me, it doesn't really matter to me. I just leave it how it is. But you know, if you want to do that, you can go ahead and tuck it under. Like I said, me personally, I'm good. And as you can see, the chicken is nice and flat, so it's gonna cook nice and even. And I will see you in the next shot. All right, so before I put it in the oven, what I wanted to also say is you can actually use this technique to grill your chicken. Because it is nice and flat. It's called butterflying or spatchcocking a chicken. So you can actually, whoa, okay, let's not, thank you. All right, that was Miss B there. But anyway, so another thing I wanted to mention is when you actually use this technique of butterflying the chicken or spatchcocking as they call it, you can actually use this to grill. So you can grill a whole chicken in this fashion because you can just take this whole thing, just put it nice and flat. There's plenty of people that do that. You can actually also use this tandoor recipe and grill it. It's really good. So it's fine for grilling as well. All right, so everything is set to go. I have my oven set on 425. I'm gonna put it in there for about 50 minutes and I'm gonna periodically check on it just to see how it's going. Might cook a little bit sooner than I thought because this is the first time I'm doing this. But we'll take a look, and we also have an internal thermometer to check the temperature and make sure everything's right. So I will be back in a little while. Just took it out, just letting it cool for a couple of minutes, but this is what we have. Nice and juicy and moist. Looks really, really good. This came out better than expected. So yeah, next time I do this, I might just grill this, but definitely a nice way to cook chicken, especially if you want to cook it faster. And if you want to get the whole thing cooked nice and even. All right, so here is the finished product. Nice and juicy. Looks beautiful. Got some onions for garnishes, and then we got some tandoori roti because it only was right. The tandoori chicken. And I'm about to eat this right now. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like. Ask any questions in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. See ya.